The president's visit to the United States. President Ruto is currently in the United States for a 4-day state visit. And to talk about this, I am joined by a pool of Kenyans who are in the diaspora and specifically who are in the U.S. I'll be talking to Sam Ireri, Alphonse Chelimo, Ken Karanja, and Professor Phyllis Rotich, who are joining me from the United States. And also we'll be talking about the significance of this visit. Let me start with Professor Phyllis. What is the significance of this visit to the United States? What does it mean for Kenya, for both Kenya and the United States?
Yes, good morning, and thank you so much for that question. This is a very significant visit to the U.S. It is actually the first visit by a Kenyan head of state in 2 decades, and the first by an African head of state since 2008. So this means a lot to Kenya as a country. This means a lot to us as Kenyans in diaspora. And this means a lot to the future of Kenya.
Yes.
So seeing that our president, and of course as diasporans, we're extremely happy because we have a president who has fulfilled one of our wishes, was establishing a Department of Diaspora Affairs.
Yes.
Which has been very helpful. I just came back from Kenya this morning. Actually, I had a delegation from Indiana University. And during our visit, we visited the Office of Diaspora Affairs, we visited the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, and we even visited at breakfast with the First Lady. So that really means a lot because it has opened a lot of opportunities for us as a people and a lot of opportunities for us as a community of Kenyans.
Yes.
Like I said, you walk into this session and we all know each other. So that tells you how connected we are and how we work together as a community. You know, one of the president's speech, the things that he focused on today was uniting Kenya. You know, we already in diaspora are super united. We work together, we work very well together. So this speaks volumes, and this speaks very well for the rest of us.
Let me come to Sam Ireri, and maybe you could talk to us, Mr. Sam Ireri, on the objectives of this visit. What do you think are the objectives of Ruto's visit to the United States?
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving us a chance to be on this show, to be able to connect with our fellow Kenyans.
Welcome.
Wherever we are, wherever they are. First and foremost, good morning. Good evening to all our fellow diasporans. I know it's kind of late on this end. We just wrapped up the diaspora, interactive meeting with the president. It was very interactive. The president actually was able to join Kenyans here in Atlanta today, and we discussed various issues. He was able to articulate. Actually, this is how I even look at it. He was able to articulate the manifesto of the Kenya Kwanza government to the diasporans, and we even answered a lot of questions. I know right now, actually, the finance bill is on the table. We're talking a lot about finance bill. We were able to tackle those questions. One thing I think the diasporans, before I even answer your questions, is we were able to task the president and go toe-to-toe with the questions that we do believe majority of Kenyans are asking right now. And he could articulate and explain the reasoning of where we want to be as a country and as one people. As my fellow panelist, Professor Gerono, just said, that first and foremost was for us to understand that we need that unity as Kenyans. And not only that, one of the purposes of this visit is to ensure that the Kenyan and the U.S. relationship continues to deepen, continues to prosper. We know that the country, Kenya, where it is, strategically, we are one of the great partners of the United States. We have seen this happen. I also want to really thank the United States government and President Joe Biden, and especially when it comes to the Ambassador Meg, and the relations that she has forged. So one of the key things that's going on right now, the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is in partnership with some chambers of commerce here in the United States. And the president is there to ensure that those businesses continue to prosper and partner together. We are also seeing that the U.S. government is very vested in the Kenyan economy. They want to make sure that they are key players in the Kenyan economy. They are key players when it comes to helping Kenya to continue to prosper, as well as ensuring that Kenya becomes part of the, we do have the AGOA, when it came to the AGOA agreements, and that AGOA agreements right now, we know that one of the key things that the president wants to address Congress and talk to Congress people is how to renew that AGOA agreement, because we know it's coming to an end here. It's going to help Kenya. The president is really supporting to ensure that the businesses in Kenya continue to prosper. Kenya is on the map. Kenya is at the forefront when it comes to Africa. So the key purpose of this is to ensure that our economy continues to stabilize, not by borrowing, not by putting us into debt, by actually forging partnership with businesses and ensuring that those businesses, Kenyan businesses and American businesses, work together in partnership and we all prosper. Thank you.
All right. Let me talk to Mr. Alphonse Chelimo, and I want you to talk to us about the investment opportunities that Kenya presents to the United States. Out of this state visit by the president to the U.S., what are the investment opportunities that the country presents to the United States? It seems like we have a challenge. Okay, it's back.
Yeah, no, my computer just updated from nowhere, so I'm back.
Well, if Professor Chelimo can take it up.
What was the question, and who is the
investment opportunities that Kenya presents to the United States?
Thank you very much. As you hear, my name is Alphonse Chelimo, and I am the chairman of the Kenya Trade Expansion Advisory. And I'm very happy to be on this show this morning. I want to say greetings to our Kenyans in Kenya. Good morning. And our diaspora, we want to say good evening, especially the ones in the United States. So we just wrapped up a very important engagement with His Excellency, the President. He arrived here. He was very tired, but he was still able to engage with our diaspora. He had a lot of business engagements in the morning. He went to CDC, and he also went to another engagement after that. So to answer your question, pretty much we do have some MOUs, as Mr. Ideri mentioned over there. One of the MOUs is with the Atlanta Black Chamber, and he has others that are supposed to be signed tomorrow with the OVC and also the National Black Chamber, and also the the Georgia Chamber of Commerce. So this is a big deal. The president is coming to the United States pretty much to open the doors, to open the gates for Kenya, to tell the American companies that Kenya is ready for investments. Any American company which is ready to expand, they need to look at Kenya. You understand? And the president is very strategic, and he knows exactly that Kenya is an entry point to East and Central Africa, right? We know that the future population of the world in the year 2050, and the president knows exactly that. The population of the whole world in the year 2050, majority of the people will be living in Africa. The president knows that, and he's pitching that idea to the American companies like, hey, if you guys are strategizing yourself for the future, look, Kenya is ready. Kenya is ready. You're coming through Kenya, you are able to enter everywhere within the East and Central Africa. So the president came with the private companies, which came through the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce, and also he came through the government parastatals, which are looking for strategic partnership. We know that the government is looking for partnership in maritime services. They're looking for partnership in terms of hospitality industry, like tourism, like those block hotels. We know that the government is looking for partnership, like, for example, in Kenya Pipeline. All those companies that the president was thinking about doing a strategic partnership. The president here is the chief marketing agent of Kenya, and he knows exactly that. And he's doing a really good job. He has set up a very strong network with the Kenyan diaspora, like my team here, which I am the chair, the Kenya Trade Expansion. We are the ones who were the foot soldiers on the ground, knocking on the doors on some of these companies, making sure that we can start those conversations so that when the president comes, it's ready. So as I said again today, we facilitated an MOU that was signed with the Atlanta Black Chamber. Yes. And this is a beginning. And that's exactly what the president is coming. He's starting his engagement first in Atlanta. And we know Atlanta is the hub. Atlanta is the headquarters of fintech. When we talk about fintech, we're talking about financial technology. Almost 60% of world transactions for credit card happens here in Atlanta. Yeah, the president knows exactly that. He got his numbers right.
Yes.
And Atlanta is the headquarters of a lot of big companies, including Delta. The president knows exactly that. So that when he got the first state visit, the first state he decided to visit is Atlanta. And he knows exactly where he's trying to go. And CDC is the headquarters in Atlanta. So it's a very strategic move. He's going to finish here, and then he's going to head to Washington, D.C., where he's going to do what they call G2G partnership. But here is a B2B partnership. So I did hope I answered your question, but this is very exciting.
Yes.
We were here as the diaspora. We met him today. And there's an exhibition that I would like to just mention that started on Sunday, the 19th, and it's ongoing for Kenyan companies that are coming to do an exhibition here, reaching to American companies. And it's going to continue all the way until Friday. So this is really big. It's a big idea. And if you saw the stream on the media, it's splashed all over Atlanta, all over the U.S., that the Kenyan president is in Atlanta. And even the media was picking up the content from the venue where the president was here with the Kenyan diaspora. It was a huge hall. Kenyans were from all over the walks. This is a big deal. Thank you.
So still on you, Mr. Alphonse, I'd like to know, in the interest or in the context of attracting investment into the country, do you think the tax environment is favorable or is incentivizing enough to attract the right investments?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question. But if you know, for those of us who stay in America, who have lived in America, I've been here since 2002. So we've been here for a while. Mm-hmm. And the tax that we pay in this country is nothing compared to what Kenyans pay back home. Mm-hmm. And the president knows that. And even mentioned it today, actually, in his speech. He actually said that, let us not be afraid on paying taxes. If you guys know what we are paying in this country compared to what we are trying to raise in Kenya, mm-hmm. it's nothing comparable. We are used to this. And the taxes that the president mm-hmm. that is actually raising in Kenya is nothing compared to what we are paying in this country. Mm-hmm. They have different brackets here. Mm-hmm. So since it's really a lot, they do have different brackets in terms of taxing services. And Ireri is actually an expert on that. He's more of into financial sector, but it's nothing compared to Kenya. But the investors are coming for that big return on investment. And they know. Some of them are strategically looking at the 2050 future of the world, the ones who are placing themselves in the future market, mm-hmm. which is Africa. Entry A is Kenya. Kenya has a lot of advantages that we probably don't know when we're back home. But once you are in the United States and then you look back into the continent of Africa, mm-hmm. you will see that Kenya is very fertile. It's very fertile for any outside investor. Whenever people look at the map of Africa, they want a place where it's stable. They want a place where the market is mature, whereby people can invest in the stock exchange, or they do when you invest in any manufacturing, there is protections from the government. Other places, there is no protection. And Kenya is very mature and is advanced. That's why you find other countries that are struggling. Everybody's trying to catch up to Kenya, but we are leaps and years away. The president is actually selling that. And companies know that. They do their homework before they even consider even anywhere. And Kenya, the MOUs that we signed today, and we do already have deals that will be announced tomorrow. My team was a witness, and we were able to facilitate. In terms of coffee, we do have a coffee partnership between a Kenyan company that actually came with the chamber, right. And they were able to close a deal with a roaster company, which is a big deal here in the southeast of Georgia of the United States, which is among the biggest roasting companies. So they're not afraid to invest, and they know exactly the return on investment. The Kenyan shilling is strong.
Thank you. Professor Jelimo, talk to us about why Kenya is so important to the United States.
I'm going to talk to you. Sorry. And I'm going to focus on two areas because my strength in this piece today is education and health. So Kenya is very important to the United States. The partnerships has been amazing. You know, we work very well together. The relationships are reciprocal. And I'll give you a good example. I'm just going to use two examples of things that we've done. We have one actually that will be featured tomorrow. One of our representatives will be there. We call it the academic model of providing access to healthcare. So this is a partnership that has existed for 35 years between Indiana University, Moore University, Moore Referral Hospital, and now it's expanding to 5 different countries. It has been used as a model that has worked very well. And the foundation was started by Indiana University. Again, like I said, we've been in that relationship for 35 years. We've impacted, the work that Indiana University has impacted over 30 million Kenyans in Western Kenya. We have built clinics, we bring in healthcare doctors to do their training and specialization. We have students who go to Kenya. We just came back from Kenya with a team of administrators. And our goal was, because our relationship has worked very well, because it has impacted lives in HIV treatment, in infectious diseases, healthcare, community health promoters, it has made a huge difference that Ghana is replicating the same model, Mexico, Philippines, and now we are expanding. We want to expand to other areas. So we came back this week to meet with the Ministry of Health, to meet with the Ministry of Education, and we went into the community because this is a model that has worked. And the reason why Indiana University was in Kenya and Eldoret this week was to reaffirm our commitment to the work that we're doing. So that relationship is very important because it is reciprocal. We in Indiana University benefit, or students benefit. Right now, we left many students who are in Kenya, nursing students, doctors. We have Indiana House in Eldoret. So that is an example of a model that has worked, and the relationships are ongoing. What do faculty members do? They write grants together through NIH funding. They publish together. They do research together. So I'm just giving you an example of a relationship that is long-lasting, and it has worked very well. So this is the area that we've done in academics, in healthcare, and we're extending. You know, we spent some time in Kapsoyo. We visited healthcare centers. We visited chamas. We visited women in healthcare. So we're expanding into the community. So that's just an example. We met with Ambassador Meg. And like I said, tomorrow, during the featuring tomorrow of the Spelman, the meeting of the Spelman, we have a representative from Indiana University, from Indiana School of Medicine, which is the largest medical school in the US. So we are continuing with these relationships because of the value they have in Kenya. Actually, right now, Indiana University, we have 9 campuses, and our 10th campus is Eldoret. So we look at our campus in Eldoret as our 10th campus. So this is just an example to say their relationships, this is an example, and these are relationships that are replicable and that can be replicated in trade, in industry. And my colleagues here, we are all here doing the same thing. So that relationship we have is a long-lasting, it's a trust, and we all of us benefit.